Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This will be, I think, hopefully a kind of quick video. I'm, I've been up. I had a meeting and it's going off of key time. So the meeting was at 2. Um, and now it's light out. I think I'm gonna sleep a little bit. I'm gonna feed my active starter and then um, make bread today. I I feel like I'll be able to at least it to get to the bulk fermentation stage, but based off of the recipe I have been going by, it actually starts like earlier in the beginning of it. So while that's doing that, I will clean and then pick up my parents from the airport. They gave me a little bit of notice, so I have been putting stuff away here and there, but um, in general, I try to not put too much outside of the bedroom because I know me and I'm not like the fastest cleaner. So, it was it would be a little um easier. Well, it is a little easier for me. I wanted to show some things. I did show, well, I made a mini video of my market bag that I made that was supposed to be a duffel bag, but I'm actually happy with the way that it turned out. I love the shape of it. Um, I was going to use the dish drying mats, but after a while, when I was getting to the shaping of it and I was getting to um, shaping like the corners, um, my sewing machine did not want to do it. So technically there was a broken needle, but then I didn't realize that the broken part of the needle was lodged inside and then it broke other needles. So I broke, I think, like 3 needles. But maybe at some point I was just being stubborn about it. I was trying to take it apart. One of my sewing machines, not the featherweight, but the other one that's the one that's at the sewing table. Um, but ever since I got it back from the mechanics, I haven't been able to open um the areas because I was trying to open where the bobbin area is and I couldn't unscrew the screws, and I was able to do that um, before I got it tuned up and cleaned and oiled. So I'm happy that, I don't know, maybe like I kind of tried to move it a little bit and see if I could find it at the angle I was at, and I couldn't really see it, but eventually it kind of popped out because, um, again, maybe it wasn't the best idea, me being stubborn, but I was like pressing um, on, on the pedal for maybe a couple of seconds, and it popped out. So I was kind of going at it, and I didn't want to take it to the like a mechanic or anything. Um, and I couldn't unscrew like the area where the needle is either. So I was just well, I'm happy that I ended up doing something to where now it's running again. It took a while, and because when I was trying to use it and there was something in that area, it did sound um like there's something extra in there, like a piece of metal, or and I could tell, like I could hear that something was not how it usually is. Um, so I'll show that was I wanted to show some planner stuff, and I I'll briefly go through it. I think it's like kind of a purple theme. So I went to Barnes and Noble at first to try to find a planner. Um, I was on a I was there on a day where they were having a sale, and it was a good sale. There were some planners that were included in that sale. Um, I saw one that I liked. I liked how it had the times, like specific time area, because of the time zone difference and like the different meetings I could have. Um, but even with the sale, it was like $25. And I don't know, because I don't really buy planners like that. Um, Maybe the ones that I like tend to be on the more expensive side, so I didn't get it. I was driving and I came across like the Chinatown area here. Um, and I thought it was like cool because there was a Chinatown mall and there was a bookstore there. Like I don't know if you would call it a bookstore, but it was packed with books, like notebooks, regular books, um, a lot of pens, walls of keychains, and I love keychains. So I was really interested in them and other pop culture things. So I went there, I saw a bunch of notebooks, and then I was thinking I I really like that type of stationery where it's fun but organized. Like I understand what the organizer that I was looking at in Barnes and Noble is trying to do, but I was thinking maybe I should get something well more to the price range I was looking for and a little more fun. Um, so I went there and then I picked up this one. I liked this color. Oh, color. I like this cover the most. And it came with like a wrap thing, and it had like it showed the pages. For some reason, I didn't check to see if there was a calendar area. I wasn't trying to do like all calendars necessarily, because I wanted somewhere to write. But I did end up printing, or not printing. I went to Hobby Lobby and I got the scrapbook calendars, and they're on nice paper. They're a little more. I could have gone to maybe Staples to print them out, but it's okay. Um, because I could gradually add them anyway. And although I don't like only having calendars, I'm gonna put other documents in there and helpful things. So I think it's like nice to customize it anyway. And I have this binder that was like in the extra or in the guest room, like where that type of stuff is, and it wasn't being used, so I just took it. So I did write a little bit in it, but I was thinking like I would write what type of things that I could talk about in the meetings because it's mainly conversational, which is nice. Um, and I felt like it was nice that we liked talking about the same things, and um, you can learn a lot by communicating with somebody in that way. and she's already, I think she speaks well anyway, so um, there isn't much difficulty at all there. So I was thinking maybe doing like a range of topics because I know she wanted to. I'm not gonna say every. Well, I'm not gonna like just say a bunch of uh, personal things, but to basically navigate different topics of conversation. So I was thinking I would have some things to talk about here and there. I'm not going to be too strict about it because I do want it to flow, but um, I don't usually, it's not like I don't start conversations, but I don't, um, I'm not like the talker of the group necessarily, if there was like a group technically, um, in that way. So at least I could see or write down things so there aren't too many gaps of maybe awkward silence, but I don't get, I think it's like pretty comfortable, so I don't think it will be like that necessarily, but it's nice to keep some things written down. There there are pages with grid paper stuff. This one has a little extra. My other planner did have a calendar, um, but it's okay. Some pages have technically blank stuff, but imagery. Um, there's some that like have like different groupings, like bubbles of sections. So it's really fun. Like it kind of keeps you engaged and wants you to. It makes me want to reference the book, and I can write down stuff too. So a lot of different things. And if you ever go to like a stationery store like this is what I was talking about. Like it showed the things in the book of like what you would find. So really, I don't know if I showed like the same pages, but and then there's the line paper with you could write like the number and date. So I think it's gonna be fun. We're also gonna exchange like different language things. So um, I do want to have fluency in Ukrainian, so that's what I could also do as well in these conversations. So I'm actually really excited about that. Um, because it's mainly been like medical words and it's not really like the everyday thing. And then I have this notebook, and for some reason I can't find um my box of paintings, and there's over 78 paintings in there. 78 being like the paintings that like I painted a tarot deck like of each card. So and more than that because I did like the front of the card too. So I do have some Ukrainian ones that I have worked on. This one being one of them. Also like having a purple theme too. So um and I've been trying regular nail polish. It has been sticking a little better. Kind of had to glob it on a couple times. I don't think it was necessarily dry, but maybe a little bit. So I thought the purple went with the purple, and I think like maybe it was like a good thing. That page has the schedule, but um, that would be like the blank page. And there's a folder. I actually have this too. Oh yeah, it was a holiday, and everyone was showing off their flags. I don't have a full flag. I have some, well, I have a sticker on my laptop, so that's what I ended up showing. Um, Independence Day of Ukraine. So I ended up showing my other laptop that has the Ukrainian sticker on it. Um, and then I did make some progress on this. So now I'm up at the decreases. It should be going faster. It is exam week, so it's going to be a little hectic until maybe Thursday, because Thursday we have to finish all of our assignments. Usually we have until Sunday. There's technically less assignments this week, and there isn't the prompt that I have to send in. Um, so I'll have to just find time to nap a little bit and then clean and study and put the bread together. So I do have the bags. I've shown some of them in multiple videos, so I want to do a landscape one of this one. For some reason it's smaller, but it's fine. Um, and I want to start up the other ones. I do want to make another bag, but I definitely don't need to right away. I think I want to do a drawstring bag, not like a backpack, but like a purse style. And because I know how to do drawstrings, I kind of like winged it without completely knowing the way to do it, but I saw some videos and I feel like I understand the concept of it. So I do have fabric that reminds me of a childhood bag that I made, and it was uh like a blue and beige. Now, like blue and cream or off-white type of bag. It was a floral bag, and the straps were like a taupe color ish. Um, this was like one of the only times I collaborated with my mom to make it, because she made these fabric origami flowers. Sometimes she made it out of paper too. So she put a couple of them on there. I think I found a tutorial on how to do them because I was trying to find them for a while and I didn't see ones that were the ones that I was looking for. And then I think her coworker um, helped with it too because I am pretty sure she sewed on like hand sewed hearts on it with the like the kind of you could see the thread and everything. And I think I would like to make a bag like that. The fabric that I have was thrifted a while ago, and it's like a more home decor fabric, so I'm pretty sure like it has more um structure to it. I'll still add more structure in general, but I think that would be nice. So I think I'm gonna keep the dog one in there. I think I for sure the um for sure this one, but I just didn't leave a lot of room for turning it right side out for this one, especially because I was trying to get the gap, um, get rid of the gap, but it is easier, especially for my sewing machine, to sew through that area. So I learned, and then my purse is this. I say market bag because of the size, but I'll probably just use it as a purse. So this is the bag. And I'm really happy. Again, I keep saying I'm happy the way that it, well, I'm happy it turned into something too. But I kind of kept it this size because I ended up putting the same amount of fabric at the top and the bottom. So if I like boxed it more, because I didn't box it this time, I feel like I would lose some of that area and then it wouldn't be centered. It is centered right, well, to me right now. It might not seem centered in on the video, but I'm happy that I didn't really box it. I kind of like narrowed it a little bit and it gave it some interest instead of doing it straight. And it doesn't look like super narrow either. The straps are shorter because if I were to, when I was trying to make it with the um was it the dish drying mats, it would, well, I wanted it to be like kind of a duffel shape with shorter straps. So these are like 18 inches, same width that I have that I've done for the other ones. And I did add another layer to make it more like um more heft, I guess. And there's a zipper. I have zipper by the yard. So I did pink. It's a little shorter, but that works because it was nice to put it the right side out. I got this fabric a while ago. It's technically a king size, and I decided to put it in here. I really love it. So, um, I don't know whether I want to make an outfit out of it or not, but I did technically box the inside of it, not too much. And what else did I do with this bag? Not sure. Maybe I'll just I have my keychains downstairs. I have a bag in a bag for, well, I think it's easier to transfer stuff and so I don't stain anything with the stuff that I have. I think the short straps work for this too. I didn't think I needed to, like, even though it would take away from, like, make it kind of smaller with, by squaring it, I, I think it's fine. Um, I'm not having a problem with it not having enough space, like, if it was narrow. So, really happy about it. I still added interfacing, not at the top, but, um, it's awkward to show because sometimes it caves a little bit, but I have interfacing here, like where the star is, and I love making the stars, so I don't think it's gonna be the last time I do it. I'll do other patterns here and there, but I really just love having them. Uh, I forgot what I was gonna say. But it's like underneath here, so it doesn't show it like caving on itself. And I added interfacing to the bottom of the bag, but I didn't add it to like the extended top of the bag because I wanted to make sure that the star wouldn't get kind of interrupted or wouldn't get lost in the bag like after I um put stuff in it, or if I like if I did box the corners, I wouldn't really lose the star. Um um and I decided to do the shape too because I didn't want to make it, I didn't want to experiment too much because um of like me undoing it and it seemed a little worn, and I tried to like steam it out, but I think over time, and it's not um destroyed necessarily, that I had to detach it from the dish drying mats. So I'm gonna use this today, and the interfacing does help with this. I have noticed. It relaxed a little bit, and again after I took it apart too. So I think that's the video. I think I'm gonna try to nap a little bit and at least feed the bread, or feed the starter for the bread so I can prepare it soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, no. Well, before I end the video, I did get sale fabric, just a little bit. And that's what I like to try to get the sales. I don't think I've ever gotten Hobby Lobby fabric like full price. Not like if there's anything wrong with that. I just try to shop the sales while I can. So this is like almost a yard. It's 35 inches, and market price would be 873, and then I got it for 524. And I was thinking this would be something to make a headband out of because I did want a paler blue, and like I'm picky about blues against my face. This is more of like not an off blue, but it seems like it's not aquatic, but um it's not like it's more like a blue green ish, and I thought that would be really nice because I did want to kind of like um I wanted to use that other blue bandana because it's intense against my face. So I do love it though, and I love the fabric. I use it for a lot of stuff. Um, so I'll see what I'm definitely gonna use it because I use the fabric a lot. It's one of my favorites. So the other one is this. It says metallic cotton. This is 12 inches. Marked price 266. My price was $1.59. And there isn't a lot here, but I was like, this is super festive. I think it's gonna be fun. I I was thinking maybe making a fall themes patchwork skirt maybe, because I tend to gather stuff gradually and patchwork or scrap projects work for me well. So work well for me. Sorry, because I wouldn't have enough to do a pouch with it either. So that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Oh, sorry. The market bag video was technically going to be longer, but I cut a lot of it out. You still see like the purple fabric that I was thinking about using, but I ended up using a different fabric for the inside. There is another layer in here, but that's one of like the cream fabrics, or technically the taupe. I know they're different. But it was like a darker like sand color that I used for the inside or for like the second layer, and then the other bed sheet for the inner fabric or um the inside of the bag. But the other videos were like of me working with the dish drying mats, and at the end I ended up taking it out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry. I'll see you in another video.